Next, 8th lesson, Indian economy before and after independence. Okay. Introduction. The chapter discussed the major events that took place in the Indian before, after the independence. India was the colony for the long. So, colonialisms refer to the systems of political and social relationship between two countries, of which one of the rural and other it is colony. The ruling countries not only the political control over the colony, but it also determining the economic policies of the subjugated countries. Thus, the peoples living in the colony cannot take independence decisions of respect of utilizations of the country resources and important economic activities. So, India had to the bitter expressions of the colonialisms. Indian economy during the British period, India sees roots of the trade in European started only after the arrival of the Vasco da Gama in Calicut, India on May 29, 1498. The Portuguese had traded in Goa as early as 1510 in 1601. The East Indian Company was characterized and the English being the first inroads into the Indian Oceans. In 1614, Sir Thomas Roe has the success in getting permissions from Jahangir of the setting up the factories and slowly moved all parts of the India. So, 100 years after battles of Plassey and rural the East Indian companies finally did come to the end. 1858 British Parliament passed the law that is the power of government of India and transferred from the East Indian Company to the British Crown. Even the transfer of the powers to the East Indian Company to the British Crown did not materially alter to the situation. Britain had exploited Indian over a period 2 centuries in its colonial rule. On this basis of the colonial exploitation, economical historical have divided in the whole period of the 3 passes, namely the period of merchants capital and period of industrial capital and period of financial capital. Period of merchant capital. The period of merchant capital was from 1757 to 1813. Only the aim of the East Indian Company was the earned profit by establishing monopolical trade in the goods in India and East Indias. So, during the periods, India had been considered as the best hunting grounds for capital by the East Indian companies and developed industrial capitalism in Britain. So, when Bengal and South India came under the political sake of the East Indian companies in 1750 and 1760, the objectives of monopoly that monopoly trade was fulfilled. The company's administration succeeded in generating huge surplus which were repatriated the England and the Indian leaders linked these problems of lead revenue with that of the train. So above all the officers of the company were unscrupulous and corrupt. Period of industrial capital. The period of industrial capital was from 1813 to 1858. During the period, India has become a market for British textile. Indian raw material were exported to England at a low price and imported finished textiles commodities in India high price. Okay, it was India's were exploited. So India's traditional handicrafting were dragged out of the year. Period of financial capital. The third process of the period of financial capital started from the closing years of 19th century and continued till independently during the period. Financial imperialism became an entract itself dragged the managing agency firm, export-import firms, exchanging banks and some export of capital. So Britons decided to make a massive investment of the various fields, railroads and postal system, irrigation, Europeans, banking systems and the limitation field of education, etc. India by blundering Indian capital. So railway construction policies of the British lead to the unimaginably as well as the economy, the poor Indian taxpayers has to the compelled to finance for the constructions of railways or political powers of hand over the British government by the East Indian companies in 1858. Okay. So decline the Indian handicraft. India's the handicraft production had a worldwide market. India exports the consist of chiefly of hand weaving, cotton and silk, fabric and calicos, artist wares and wood carving, etc. So through discriminatory tariff policies, the British government purposefully destroyed to the handcraft. It is the disappreciation of new Nawabs and kings. There was no one of the product Indian handicraft. So Indian handicraft product could not compared with the machine-made productions. So introduction of the railways in India increased the domestic market or the British goods. Okay. So land turn systems in India. Land tenure refer to the systems of land ownership and management. The futures the distinctions land tenants of systems from the other related to the following: who owns the land, who cultivate the land, who responsibility for the pay for the land revenues of the governments. So besides the questions, are three different types of the land tenant and existing the Indian before the independence: Zamindari system, Magalwari system, and Raitwari system. Okay, did you understand for this concept, ma?